Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Saturday, March 16th, 2019. Reviewing the games today: NBA, NHL, and college basketball. We had the Celtics to beat the Hawks. Hawks have the Gematria 26 like Celtics. Celtics picked up the 26th home win. The best read in the Wizards game was picking up that 22nd home win on the 22 date. They got it done. Suns Pelicans was a little bit iffy because New Orleans is 54. The Suns came in on 54 losses. They did stay there. We did have date numerology of 31. The Suns could have got their 31st loss. The Pelicans could have got their 31st win. Instead, they stayed on 54. The Suns have been a real wild card team. The Mavericks had good numbers to beat the Cavs. They stayed at 41 losses in Dallas. Dallas 41, got the 22nd home win on the 22 date. Stayed at 13 losses at home. Dallas 13. Dallas also 22, and they gave the Cavs their 53rd loss on the 16th. 53, the 16th prime. Warriors, what they had going for them was that the Thunder's next game is against the Miami Heat. And Miami Heat's 43, so that's what I pointed out. Very likely the Thunder get that 43rd win in the next game because the Miami Heat have been dishing out 43. The one concern was the Warriors could have got their 22nd loss and stayed at 22 away wins on the 22 date. But just in light of how Miami Heat and 43 have been a strong connection, wondered if Thunder would pull that out in the next game. So I think that's a good sign for the Thunder next game. We like the Spurs to beat the Blazers. It was them getting their 41st win in San Antonio. San Antonio 41 and keeping the Blazers at 42 wins. Spurs 42. Nuggets, we like them because that would send the Pacers into their next game with 44 wins. Their next opponent is Portland. Portland's 44. Portland also known as Rip City. Rip City 44. That kept the Nuggets at 22 losses on the 22 date. And the Nets-Jazz game. The Nets have been giving out 23. The Jets did get their 20. The Jazz got their 23rd home win over the Nets. Nets equals 23. The one hope for the Nets was staying at 18 away losses against the Jazz. Jazz have that Gematria of 18. So pretty good in the NBA. The picks that we felt good about, they went the way we expected. NHL, we're expecting the Coyotes to win this game. The reason why is Arizona Coyotes is 69. That would keep them at 69 points. The Oilers, Edmonton's 37. Coyotes can get their 37th win. Coyotes is also 33. Oilers can pick up their 33rd loss as well. The one thing that could go against the Coyotes tonight is the date numerology at 31. They could get their 31st loss, but they have more riddles on the board than the Oilers do. But we've seen it before where just one riddle goes against the team. Still, the Coyotes have the better riddle. Edmonton Oilers is also 79. They can get their 77th points. Predators-Sharks was an iffy game because Predators is 44, but Sharks is 41. Could go either way. We like the Blues to beat the Penguins to keep the Penguins at 39 wins. Hope you got that in the morning action. St. Louis Blues 39, Penguins 39. So it made sense for them to stay there. This game's a little bit of a surprise. Red Wings could have got the 38th loss. Islanders equals 38. They stayed at 37 losses in Detroit. Detroit 37. Panthers did beat the Kings. We like that. Panthers equals 38. Florida 38 gave the Kings the 38th loss. Blue Jackets and Bruins was a close call. We pointed out had the Blue Jackets won, they would have got to 85 points. Boston's 85. Had the Blue Jackets lost in regulation, they could have got the 29th loss. Bruins was 29. So if you took the puck line on the Blue Jackets, you would have won in this one. But yeah, this was a tight call, so it wasn't a clean one. We pointed out the Canadiens could fall to 37 and 28. Chicago equals 37. Blackhawks equals 28. Their record's just like their opponent now. The concern for the Blackhawks was that had they lost, they would have been 31 and 31 on the 31 date numerology. So it was a little iffy. The Senators did have a chance at an upset, and man, they beat the Maple Leafs good. The Senators got their 56th points and their 56th series win today. If they'd lost, they would have stayed at 54. Maple Leafs does equal 54. So I pointed out that if the Senators win 2 games in a row, they'll go against Calgary with 41 losses, and that's a big number with Calgary. So maybe they'll do it. Maybe they'll do it. Lightning made sense to beat the Capitals. Tampa Bay Lightning 91. They kept the Capitals at 91 points. That was the best read there. Sabres Hurricanes. Sabres are a New York team. Hurricanes got their 39th win over the New York team. New York and 39. The Sabres, they could have become 31 and 31 on the 31 date numerology. That was the other thing to consider here for this game because it wasn't a clean read. This game surprises me right here. Flames Jets got this one wrong. Winnipeg equals 97. I thought the Flames would pick up their 97th points and keep the Jets at 41 wins because Calgary's 41. So definitely wrong about that game. Did like the Wild to beat the Rangers. Minnesota Wild 76. New York Rangers 76. They got those 76th points. So, okay day in the NHL. The picks that, if the Coyotes hit, it'll be a good day in the NHL. So, that game's still got a ways to go. One more period of play. College basketball. We had a lot of good reads on games today, but the 22 pattern did not come through like the 21 and the 20 and the 19 patterns have come through in days past. And I've seen you guys have sent me some emails about how much money you've won in the last few days. Congratulations to some of you. I'm impressed. You guys did a good job following the patterns and making the right reads. But Tennessee, we talked about how this was a tight riddle, but if Kentucky got the 6th loss, it would make sense against Tennessee. 6 equals 52. Tennessee equals 52. Kentucky went down in the last game to Tennessee with 52 points. Kentucky equals 29. Tennessee got the 29th win. Had Kentucky won, both teams would have been at 28, and Wildcats is 28. But I do notice overwhelmingly it seems that the state or the city name, the gematria value of that seems to carry a little bit more weight than the nickname. So it's more about the state, the city part of the name than the school nickname or the team nickname. Seems to be that that's the gematria value that has more weight. And I could do a better job of like putting all this stuff in a database and looking at the percentages, but just from doing it every day, I do realize that the state city nickname carries more weight. Kentucky 29. The Wildcats number, not the one that turned out. And good call to the guy called Picks Money. When I was looking at this game, he called in and made the point about 6. He's like, don't forget the 652 relationship. I said, oh yeah, you're right about that. That could be it right there. We did like Duke to win. They got their 38th win against Florida State. Champion equals 38. They're the champion now of their ACC, plus Florida's 38, so that seemed good to go. Wisconsin could have got the 58th series win today. Whoops. On the 58 date numerology, that didn't happen. So that was a disappointment. Minnesota didn't get the 22. They were a big underdog, and they got beat big. Memphis did cover. I said the smart bet here was to cover Memphis because what we looked at is how Houston and Cincinnati made perfect sense for the championship. Memphis still had a shot, so I said I would take Memphis with the points. They were nearly a 10-point underdog, so they did cover. Winning bet. Today had 22 and 31 date numerology, plus Houston equals 31. Houston plays Cincinnati tomorrow. Tomorrow has 32 date numerology, and Cincinnati can get their 32nd all-time win against Houston. I'm gonna do a video decoding tomorrow's games, but we did get a good read on why Houston-Cincinnati made a lot of sense for tomorrow. But still, I thought Cincinnati or Memphis with the points was the smart bet, and that did cover just because there was a chance that Memphis could win. Iowa State. We pointed out that Iowa State Cyclones is 97, the 25th prime. They could keep Kansas at 25. Jayhawks equals 26. The nickname, they could have got the 26th. The full name of the team is also important too. So between just the city, state, and the nickname, the city, state's more important. When you talk about the full name, you could make an argument that it's more important the other two if you're doing a tier. Full name, then state, city, and then nickname, like in terms of the significance. But this game was tough. We ended up noticing that the Iowa State coach could get the 53rd loss today on the 16th, 53 the 16th prime. And that didn't happen. And again, coaches in the March Madness tournament, coaches are definitely important. But still, when you lead with the coach, you often end up kicking yourself, and that's kind of what we ended up doing in this game. My thought really was I would slip past this game, but the coach ended up kind of tipping the scales towards Kansas, and that was wrong. We did like Buffalo to beat Bowling Green. That's because Bowling Green would get its 12th loss. Bulls equals 12. It's the Buffalo Bulls. They've been dishing out 12 all year, so they dish out one more in the championship. Auburn, Florida, we didn't take a stab at that game, but Auburn won with 65 points. Florida equals 65. Har har. We liked Cincinnati to win. They got their 22nd series win on the 22-date numerology. That was right. We liked Villanova to win. Villanova got the 68th series win. Championship equals 68. So does basketball. So does Seton Hall. So majority of picks right here. Only 2 wrong, I guess. Only 2 picks wrong. So that's pretty good. That was for the top 25 games. But the problem was in the top 25 we did well. And I've said before I like doing the top 25 because they're more likely to follow the typical narratives. But again, let me get to the other games. The 22 thing just did not hit today. UMBC, the team that did the Sweet 16, or the 16 seed that beat the 1 seed last year, they didn't get the 22. They did not. Norfolk State didn't get it. They didn't get the 22. St. Louis did. St. Louis beat Davidson, so there was 1. We did like Georgia State to do the 23-9 thing, so that was that. San Diego State. They were like a God, were they were right around a 7-point underdog. So I said I forget if they were God, I'd have to go back and look. They were right around close to covering the spread. I'm not sure that quite they covered it, but my advice was, if you got points and it's a little bit of a, take the points. So you might have won with the points on San Diego State, but they didn't get the 22. This game could have gone either way with the 22, so it doesn't count. Georgia Southern didn't get the 22. Man, the pattern had been great. I mean, we still did well over well, but for whatever reason, the 22 didn't hit today, which to me is surprising because that's the basketball number. So it was okay. We still got the majority of picks right in college basketball. It just wasn't it wasn't an amazing day like we'd been having. You guys have been winning big the last few days. I'm guessing you guys didn't win quite as big today. But you still should have came out ahead. Overall, the picks were still good today. So, we'll leave it there. Hopefully that NHL game turns out favorable. And what I'm going to work on right now is putting out the picks for tomorrow for Sunday. So, appreciate all of you. Stay tuned for the Sunday picks. Until next time.